Hi everyone, my name is Megan Day and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am a teenager with type 1 diabetes. I was diagnosed at age 3, so 15 years ago, and on this channel I kind of just talk about things related to diabetes, tutorials, day in my lives, and all that kind of fun stuff. But today I thought I'd just kind of sit down and talk about body image and type 1 diabetes. So like probably most girls, I struggle with body image. It's not a huge thing or anything, but of course, you know, you look on the streets and you see people who are skinnier or who have longer legs or something about their appearance that you kind of long for, and you think about that. And I noticed myself kind of doing it more often as I grow up, and I started thinking about the reasons why we have these kind of issues with our body and why body image is such an important issue in many girls' lives. It also got me to thinking about how diabetes has played a role in how I view my body and view other people's bodies. So today I'm going to be talking about the role diabetes plays in my body image, which maybe some of you guys relate to, maybe not, but I thought it was just an interesting topic to kind of touch on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments or questions, please leave it down below and I'll be sure to respond. So I've never had huge issues with how I look. I exercise regularly, I eat whatever food I want, and I've never limited myself. But I think that we can always improve, which isn't necessarily a bad thing to want to improve, but to always feel that way, I think isn't very beneficial for you in your life. So when I was 3, as I mentioned, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and being diagnosed with diabetes, it made me really skinny, especially for a 3-year-old, my parents were telling me, because I lost a lot of weight going through all the changes associated with being diagnosed. Growing up, I was really skinny. So basically anybody I met, any new person that I met, would always point out how skinny I was. My legs were literal sticks, my arms were tiny, and just my whole body was really skinny. I was usually probably the skinniest girl in class, and that's not a good thing, because whenever I meet new people and they point out my skinniness, I just associated being skinny as a bad thing growing up in my younger life. I played competitive soccer and swimming as a young person, and I would always look at the other girls who were on the field with me or who were swimming with me, and they had fuller legs, they had more proportion, nice looking, and they just had bigger bodies than me, and I was kind of jealous of that because I hated the feeling of being this skinny. And I would always ask my mom, does that girl look skinnier than me, or do we look about the same? Because I wouldn't want to look skinnier than other people, which I think that diabetes did play a role in that, because of how it made me skinny, because of how much weight I lost after being diagnosed. Definitely it isn't just diabetes' fault, it's who I am, and because of my genetics probably growing up, that was just how I was. It just got me really angry. During my later elementary school years to middle school years, I remember just eating as much food as I could because I didn't want to be skinny. And I never did it in a healthy way. I didn't, eat bags of chips in bed or stuff myself with food I didn't want. But if I was eating like one bowl of macaroni, I'd try to eat 2 or eat 3 and then eat dessert after, because I could always eat, but I was also kind of just making myself and forcing myself. In the back of my head, I was always thinking like, eat this so that you become more normal looking and not so skinny. But that combined with me maturing and puberty and all that, I did get bigger, as you can see, and I'm not a stick girl anymore. And I think during my high school years, I've struggled with that too, and now I'm just always in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, why did I want to become bigger? Being skinny looks a lot nicer, which is bad of me, because everybody's body type is beautiful, and there's no right or ideal body, I don't think. And I feel like I need to work on that, and so do most girls and most women everywhere. In addition, I think that diabetes plays a role in one's body image because people have this image that diabetics are supposed to be big and that you can't eat certain foods. So sometimes when I would go out with new people, they would say, "Can you really eat that? Aren't you diabetic?" And I just feel like diabetes is not that at all, especially type 1 diabetes. If anything, I have to eat more because of this condition, especially with low blood sugars. Sometimes I'm just not hungry at all. I don't feel like eating, but my blood sugar doesn't feel the same and it goes really low, which forces me to eat some food. Because when you're having a low blood sugar and you eat so many tablets, you don't want to eat tablets anymore, so you eat other kind of things. But sometimes you just don't want to eat anymore, but you also don't want to eat tablets, so you end up eating more food. Just something that I've always kind of felt frustrated about diabetes, because I want to eat what I want to eat and not be forced to because of diabetes. So anyway, this was kind of just an all over the place video, but hopefully it kind of made sense. I hope you guys enjoy, and if any of you related to anything, please leave a comment and I'll be sure to reply. See you guys next time.